So today I'm going to answer this question. What is the most profitable funnel for coaches and consultants and experts that you have used, meaning our company, over time to provide more revenue, more growth, and more engagement throughout the entire user experience? I'm going to answer that today, and I'm going to show you right now. All right, so here we are. This is a simple workflow, a simple funnel system that is responsible for creating millions in the marketplace, and not just in our space, but across so many consulting firms and coaches and experts in the marketplaces, from health fitness coaches to business coaches, executive coaches, marriage counseling, therapists, love and relationships. This one just simply works. And the reason why is because it's simple. Let me just start up here. So these are indicators for traffic. And so we're talking LinkedIn in this case, Facebook, YouTube, Google search. Now, we can get into the whole strategy about which one to start with first. I can create another video on that. We can also get into the discussion of how much money to spend. I can get into in a video on that as well. This is really intended just to show you the workflow and give you some indicators of gaps in your funnel that can really help you improve. So assumption is here that we have some traffic coming in from social paid ads, and we push this to a strategic landing page that matches the audience. And the assumption here again is that you have a strong message to market match. This is good old Dan Kennedy, right? So if you have all that, if we get 1,000 visitors here, that's what you see here, and you go to 40% opt-in rate, we push them over to what we call a mini webinar. It's a 20-minute or so webinar. Some call this a VSL, a video sales letter. It's essentially a headline with a video on it, and nothing much more than that. And by the way, before I continue, the idea is that 60% didn't take you up on this offer. We want to retarget them and do some follow-up with them here in the socials as well, so that we can engage them further. Again, this is an entire build-out as well, and a strategy behind this. We're not talking about that today. So we're moving over here to the VSL, the mini webinar. Out of the 400 people that came from the 1,000, we're down to 120 now. And so the assumption is they watch this and they're going to move forward with a yes. The ones who don't, these guys, the 70%, they will be called into an email drip essentially, so that these can be nurtured on an ongoing fashion. And again, there's a whole strategy about this as well. How many, how long, what's the content? We're not going to get into that either. That's another video that I can make also for you. Just comment below and I'll be happy to do it. And again, this kicks it off, but there's also the notion of a nurture long here. And there's many strategies and gurus and experts who say, hey, build one out over 6 months, build it for an entire year, keep adding value. We haven't found that to be as effective as simply closing them and moving them to another sequence rather than just nurture, nurture, nurture. And that sequence is a action-driven sequence. But we're not talking about that today, so let's continue. 30% out of 400, 120 will end up filling out an application. And this is a suggested and very strategic move. You want to qualify these good folks coming in to see what you have. There's an idea here that you can push them right to a calendar. There are business scenarios where all these are, these are moving parts here. We can push them to many different pages here actually, but we want this to be, the reason why this is so effective is we want it to be short, sweet, and to the point. So what we do is we simply call them into an application and they fill out, they self-select essentially through a set of strategic questions to qualify them. So tire kickers, we don't want them. Qualified entry points, yes, we'll take them. And in this case, we had 120 from the 1,000 that came in. So now we're down to 20%, which is about the take rate here. Again, variables come into play here. Not every market, not every scenario is exactly like this. That's why testing is key. And you have to work with proficient partners who know what they're doing and can help you optimize. We push them to a calendar, so out of the 120, we get 24 that actually booked a call here in this scenario. And out of the ones who booked a call, there's going to be no-shows. There's some follow-up needed here. Go high level, by the way. That's why I put that up here. It is a really strategic system, a really powerful system to be able to use what was called workflows to push these guys back into the calendar for the ones who don't show. There is obviously, if you have a sales team here, setters typically deal with this. They will be calling and following up here to make sure that they darn well show up, right? There's a whole set of strategies that go into this as well, but we're not covering that, unfortunately. Just want to show you this funnel here and this experience because so many ask, which one should I use? This is the one that is extremely on point. This will really get you there fast. I mean, you can see how simple it is, right? So the calendar is booked, and the assumption now is that we're going to get 24 across the board in this particular model. And out of the 24, we're going to close 20%, 25, 30 if you're good. And in this case, it'll be 4 point something. So we have 4 sales out of this entire experience. And if you have 4 sales here, high ticket sales, $3,000, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $25,000. You can see how ROI is easy to get unless you're overspending clearly here. But you know, you want smart media buyers that can solve this problem for you. So while it may seem initially a little bit frustrating to see all this volume, 1,000 people ending up at 4 sales, this is a very traditional model. It's what we typically see. You know, there's a large drop-off, but keep this in mind. All of these guys who are dropping off are being retargeted. They are being followed up via email sequences as an automation. There are touch points here that can be made through SMS, through human follow-up, and of course now with AI, there's a number of things that can be optimized here as well. That's another video, by the way. But if you like this and kind of the breakdown of this and have any questions, I'm happy to answer that for you. This is primarily what we do in the agency. We help build this out. We help drive the traffic. We help optimize this and fill in the gaps, essentially. There's going to be gaps here. For instance, one client had gone from a video sales letter straight to a calendar, and they got a lot of booked calls, but turns out the people who show up, not very qualified, right? They are the proverbial tire kickers. So what we did is we introduced the application form where there's a set of questions. And again, they're somewhat invasive in the sense that they really are trying to actually reject most people here. So by the time they come into the calendar and book and talk to the sales team, so from setter to sales team, they're going to be highly qualified. And that's what we're looking for, guys and gals. And happy to share more on this. But I wanted to get this out here as fast as possible here today. Even if I had an allergy attack this morning, it's all good. It's all good. Very excited about this model because it's the one that we find works the best. Now, one question that comes up here is, hey, Jan, can we actually make this a webinar? You know, should we do a live webinar here? Absolutely. You can test that and you can integrate that into your ecosystem as well. But if you want this to be you know, an evergreen system and a little bit more automatic, then this is the way to go. Now, you can test by adding the live webinar capability first and kind of tune it and mature it. If it's a brand new business, but you have the experience and you have maybe a strong network and you have some dollars to put behind the ads, yes, you might want to actually do a live webinar. So 3 weeks prior, you're building this up, you're building it up, and boom, on Thursday at 11, going live on the webinar, you'll have 600 people on there. Okay, you can find out how well that is going in terms of your not only your close rate, but the engagement, the questions, Q&As, etc. There's upsell opportunities there for VIPs, and you've seen these out in the marketplace, but ultimately, if you have dialed it in and you're starting to move forward and you're ready to scale, this is the model to use. If you're brand new, There's some challenges in developing this out the gate, unless you know what you're doing, as I said. But ultimately, it is so simple. This model works, guys and gals. So I'm happy to share it with you, and happy to take more questions as well. And that's it for now. So have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.